Hey guys, sorry. Hey guys and YouTubers, this is Daniel Faust, Learn and Live. I gave you the sad face as my thumbnail because I'm thinking when you talk about health and communications, you might be sad faced about it because it's a difficult conversation to go over and have. So, how do you go over and talk about the health issues that might impact your spouse, your loved one, your parents, your kids, your coworkers, and things of that nature, either from the physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual context? You first need to go over and learn about yourself and about others at the same time by understanding their personality style. And also, we're going to dive in a little bit into their love languages, which I think is key, and they kind of tie all together. So, if I go over and I need to ask myself 2 questions of myself and others, of everybody I meet, before I go over and dive in how to communicate with them when they're having physical health issues, mental health issues, emotional health issues, or spiritual health issues. So, are you or the person you're talking to more outgoing or reserved? That's key. It's going to go over in 10% of the conflicts, and 10% of the issues of communicating is going over and understanding this piece. If you went to a baseball game, are you more outgoing, connecting with lots of people, or getting a lot of things done, go, 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 do, high energy, high pulse? Or are you more the reserved person, a little slower in the step and everything else? One's not right, one's not wrong, they're both different. Always remember that. And then the second question is, are you more task-oriented, or are you more people-oriented? If you're more task-oriented, you're going to go to that baseball game and you're going to be like, where am I going to go park? How much money am I going to go pay? How much is the concessions of food? Do I really need to use my ATM card? Maybe I can go over and use cash. Maybe I'll go over and save money. Oh, that's not right. Do I have to go over and deal with the wind and the rain and thinking about all these other things? And for the other side of the people that are more people-oriented, be like, woo, just drive to the game and see what happens. The more people-oriented people are like, who's going to be there? How much people are going to be there? Is this going to be an awesome event? When I went to go pitch for the Southeastern Little League Championship, which Georgia won. Bam, awesome. So if you're rooting Georgia, woo! So it's not because I'm from Georgia, it's because I got to throw the pitch for them, and I root for the people that go over and serve. So I root for Georgia. Bam! So anyway, when I was going and doing the pitch, initially I was just trying to serve the kids, but once I found out I was going to be on ESPN and it was going to be 700 to 7,000 people, I'm like, yeah, cool. So that's the thing. So I was thinking about people, thinking about who I can engage with, who I can connect with, who I can go and network. Could I get an interview with ESPN? Yeah. Or I got at least one for public affairs. So, and we went from there. So really cool, really great opportunity. So, but you have to understand, task-oriented people and people-oriented people look at things differently. So once you understand those 2 things, now we can go look at the health aspect of communication and how to go over and thrive. So let's say I'm going through a physical health trial and I'm more direct, I'm more demanding, I'm more decisive, I'm more of a determined doer person. The outgoing and task-oriented style we talked about earlier. They go over and they could be a tad defiant, but what they're looking for, if they're going through that trial, just as if they do in a normal day, is they're looking for results. They want to go over and get the quickest medication possible. They want to go over and make sure that if it was medication or surgery, they probably go more towards surgery because it would get a quicker result. If they went over, it could say if they could go over and just replace a limb and not have to worry about it and be bionic for 10 years, bam, they would go over and do it. The same thing, mental and emotional and spiritual. They could be going through trials of that with their relationships or their spouse, and they're going to try to find the quickest, most accurate, actually just the quickest, because whatever gives them the results, usually the quickest way to go over and get things fixed. So if you're going over and talking to them and you want them to go over and listen to you for the advice that you're going to go over and give, or the way you're going to go serve them through the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual trials, give them results. Give it to them fast, give it to them quick. If they're more inspiring, if they're more inducing, if they're more interested in people, they can be a tad illogical, but they also go over and they look for fun. This is the outgoing, people-oriented side person. They're going to go look for fun. They look for fun even going through the physical trials, even going through the mental trials, even going through the spiritual or the emotional trials. With me, I broke my back 10 months ago. I was making jokes in the ER, and I was actually more energized there than I was the remainder of my healing, because people actually connected with me and they had time and they were willing to invest. It's kind of funny when those trials go over and hit that we really learn about relationships, right? We need to go over and do it more often and not just wait for the trials. But that was for me. So they look for fun. So if they're going through physical, mental, emotional, spiritual trials, and you're going over and serving them, or they need to look at themselves to go over on how to thrive, they're looking for fun. Oh, I'm not bored. I'm just super tired because I double grind on this thing. Ha ha! All right, next one. If they're more sweet, more sensitive, more steady, stable, status quo, they can be tired of a sucker. They're going over, and if they're going through physical, mental, emotional, spiritual trials, they're going to be looking for peace and harmony. Providing peace and harmony in the physical, that can go over and like, everything's going to be okay. I go over and assure them that I will be there with them. Or mental trials, they go over and they, more than likely for peace and harmony, they want the person's presence going over there. That's what they're really looking for in each of those particular trials. And that's how you give them peace and harmony. So either you can deliver that to somebody that is that personality style, or you can go over and if you're not delivering it, then you could be looking for that as a conduit. And lastly, if you're more reserved and task-oriented, you're going to tend to be lean more cautious, calculating, competent, conscientious, careful. You can be a tad cold, but you're looking for quality answers, excellence, and value. And in quality answers, excellence, and value, you're going to be looking through that through the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual trials. So what type of quality answers could I get if I broke my back? What value, what excellence is those people going to bring to me in that particular regard? If I see that they went over and did that and everything good, then even if it doesn't work out through the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual trials, I will be trusting of that person. And then vice versa, that if I know those people, I need to give them good quality, excellence, and value answers when I'm going over and speaking with them. Lastly is also love languages. So once you understand this, I'm going to add one more element in there. Woo! Overwhelming, right? So love languages. So for more of my dominant people, what I've gone over and see is they're going to go look for more acts of service, because that goes over and gives results. So if I'm going through a physical trial and you're going over and like serving me and getting something done and getting it the way I look for the results, that's truly serving me, and that's going to help me, fuel me to go over and to deal with these trials a lot easier. If I'm more inspiring and I go lean on that style, I'm looking for quality time typically, because I want to go over and connect, and I'm already lacking the fun because I'm going through the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual trials. So more of social engagement, fun, quality time type love language is key. My more sweet and sensitive people, for peace and harmony, for them it's usually physical touch and words of affirmation. They kind of tie hand in hand for them. They need that physical touch that gives them that peace and assurity and security. And then the words of affirmation go over and show that you love and care. So, and then lastly, my highly conscientious people, they're more likely looking for, they're also looking for acts of service or quality time, but with that quality answers, excellence, and value. They're usually not looking for physical touch, words of affirmation, or gifts. The highly inspiring style can go look for gifts too, but I haven't seen it as prevalent. All right, so that's about it. YouTubers, go over, and if you like it, hit the like button. If you have any questions, go over and comment. Go over and share this if you really do like it. And lastly, YouTubers, if you're going over and you are struggling in your marriage, you want to grow your marriage, you want to enrich your marriage, it doesn't matter what level you're at, the Connections Marriage Conference is August 25th, live in Modesto, California. Don't go over and wait. If you book your tickets today by 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 100% of the proceeds go to the California wildfires and helps the California firefighters. So that's key. And then you could still go over and win money if once we get butts and seats. Every 50 butts and seats is a $100 giveaway. You can also earn money, and go over and book your tickets now. You can even stream it. Half the cost to go over and stream live with us in a Facebook page, access for 7 days. Any questions and answers are going to be answered, And if we can't answer it, we're gonna connect you with good resources in between. It might not always be fast, but we're gonna go do it thorough. We'll try to balance it all and give you fast and thorough. All right, so that's it. You guys have a great evening. Talk to you soon.